Assalamu alaikum. Section on the attributes of al-Qudra, that is the capability or the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Question 10. What is obligatory upon the Muslim to believe in regards to the attributes of al-Qudra? It's obligatory upon the Muslim to believe that He subhanahu wa ta'ala is Qadir, He is capable, all able, singularly pre-existent Qudra. Meaning that His Qudra is from without a beginning, right? Because it's an attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The evidence of this is in the glory of Quran after A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem, وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٍ, and He is Qadir to do all things. And He, the Exalted, said, قُلْ هُوَ الْقَادِرِ, say He is Al-Qadir, He is all able. Section on the attributes of Al-Irada, the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Question 11. What is obligatory upon the Muslim to believe regarding the attributes of Al-Irada? Answer. It is obligatory upon the Muslim to believe that He subhanahu wa ta'ala is Murid, that is the one who wills through one singular irada. The evidence is the exalted statement of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, إِنَّمَا قَوْلُنَا لِشَيْءٍ إِذَا أَرَدْنَاهُ أَن نَقُولَ لَهُ كُن فَيَكُونُ. Verily our word to a thing, when we will it, it is only that we say unto it, be. Kun fayakun. And the statement, يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ بِكُمُ الْيُسْرَ وَلَا يُرِيدُ بِكُمُ الْعُسْرَ. And Allah wills for you ease and does not will for you to make things difficult. Section on the attributes of haya, life. Hayatun, or life. What is obligatory upon the Muslim to believe in regards to the attribute of al-hayat? It is obligatory upon the Muslim to believe that He, the Exalted, is Hay. He is alive. Singularly, He is alive, one, ever present, pre-existent. The evidence is, subhanahu wa ta'ala, the statement, Allahu la ilaha illa wal hayyul qayyum. And Allah, there is no God but Him, al-hayy al-qayyum. And His statement, wal hayyu la ilaha illahu. He is hayy, there is no God but Him. Section on the attributes of sama' and basar. Question 13. What is obligatory upon the Muslim to believe regarding the attribute of sama' and basar? Meaning that He's all seeing and He's all hearing and He's all seeing. It's obligatory upon the Muslim to believe that He subhanahu wa ta'ala is Sami' and Basir. He's all hearing and all seeing. Through a singular sama' hearing and a singular basar. Pre-existent, pertaining to everything heard and seen. And they don't resemble the hearing and seeing of the created things. So He sees everything, He hears everything. There's nothing outside that. Anything that can be heard and is heard, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hears it. And everything that can be seen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees it. But His seeing and His hearing does not resemble that of the created beings. The evidence for establishing these two attributes include لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِ شَيْءٍ وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْبَصِيرُ. There is nothing like unto Him. He is Sami' and Basir. He is the all-hearing, the all-seeing. And إِنَّنِي مَعَكُمَا أَسْمَعُ وَأَرَى. And He, Allah said, fear not, verily I am with you both. I hear and I see. And أَلَمْ يَعْلَمْ بِأَنَّ اللَّهَ يَرَى. Does he not know that Allah sees? قَدْ سَمِعَ اللَّهُ قَوْلَ الَّتِي تُجَادِلُكَ فِي زَوْجِهَا. Indeed, Allah hears the statement of her that disputes with you concerning her husband. This is regarding the narration of Khawla bint Tha'laba, is the beginning of the third last juz, قَدْ سَمِعَ, where she came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and to annul the zihar divorce. There's details in fiqh books of this, and in tafsir of the Quran, obviously. It's a whole page. And then Allah says that He heard her statement, her dua, after Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would not oblige her. She turned to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directly, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed that page. Section on the attributes of kalam, meaning speech. Question 14. What is obligatory upon the Muslim to believe regarding the attributes of kalam of the Lord of the worlds, Rabbul Alameen? The answer, that He, subhanahu wa ta'ala, is mutakallim, that He speaks with kalam, with speech, that is pre-existent, of His essence, existing, not created, or brought into existence, or newly occurring, and without a likeness, resemblance, or defined modality. As for it being the kalam of Allah, the Exalted, the evidence is from His statement, when أحد من المشركين استجارك فأجره حتى يسمع كلام الله ثم أبلغه مأمنه ذلك بأنهم قوم لا يعلمون. And if any one of the mushrikeen seeks your protection, then grant him protection so that he may hear the kalam of Allah, and then escort him to where he can be secure. That is because they are men who know not. As for the kalam of Allah being pre-existent and not newly occurring, its meaning is that the kalam of Allah is pre-existent, is that nothing can exist without it. As for it being uncreated, the evidence for that is that his statement, إِنَّمَا أَمْرُ إِذَا أَرَادَ شَيْئًا أَن يَقُولَ لَهُ كُن فَيَكُونُ. Verily his command, when he intends a thing, is only that he says to it be, and it is. Section on the Quran being the kalam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Quran is the kalam of Allah. It is a speech of Allah. His wahi, his revelation, and his tanzil, his revelation. So his divine inspiration and tanzil, that which he has revealed and sent. A miracle in itself for all the creation. It is not created, nor does it dwell in anything. And it is impossible to produce some of its verses. Whoever says that the Quran is created, or brought into being, or newly occurring, or has remained indecisive in the matter due to doubt, or claims that something can produce its likeness, then they have disbelieved. The evidence is the exalted statement, وَإِنْ أَحَدٌ مِّنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ اسْتَجَارَكَ فَأَجِرُ حَتَّى يَسْمَعَ كَلَامَ اللَّهِ. And if anyone of the mushrikeen, the polytheists, the idol worshippers, seeks your protection, then grant him protection so that he may hear the kalam of Allah. And his statement, سيقول المخلفون إذا انطلقتم إلى مغانم لتأخذوها ذرونا نتبعكم يريدون أن يبدلوا كلام الله. And those who lag behind will say, when you set forth to take the spoils, allow us to follow you. They want to change Allah's kalam. Section on the kalam of Allah, speech of Allah, being harf and sawt. Harf means letter and sawt means sound. The evidence is regarding that is that the narration of Abdullah bin Mas'ud radiallahu anhu, that where Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, if Allah speaks by revelation, by inspiration, the people of the heavens hear his sawt, his voice, and his sound. And what was narrated on the authority of Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam says, when Allah decrees, إِذَا قَضَى اللَّهُ الْأَمْرَ فِي السَّمَاءِ ضَرَبَتِ الْمَلَائِكَةُ بِأَجْنِحَتِهَا خُدْعَانًا لِقَوْلِ كَأَنَّهُ سِلْسَلَةٌ عَلَى صَفْوَانٍ. When Allah decrees some order in the heavens, the angels fluttered their wings, indicating complete surrender to his saying, which sounds like chains being dragged on rock. It is obligatory to affirm that he, this is additional details to Allah's attributes, it is obligatory to affirm that he subhanahu wa ta'ala is distinct from his creation, for he existed before space existed. And then he created space while existing before its creation. He can't be known through the senses nor compared to people. He is al-Ghani, eternally and absolutely self-sufficient from everything, and nothing can be independent of him. Nothing resembles him, nor does he resemble anything. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala plant these beliefs and the sound beliefs of Islam, these sound beliefs of Islam in the depths of our hearts, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us leave this world with these beliefs. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen.